I'm Baron. I'm here with the Syscoin guys. We've been having an exciting conversation about potential integration of what Syscoin can do with the Blocknet, but it was a little bit over my head because I'm not a developer, but also because I was trying to organize us having an interview. So we're going to repeat it for my benefit and for yours. And yeah, so who wants to start it off?
I can start it off, yeah. So do I hold this, or I was talking to... Okay. So, I mean, we were talking about how Blocknet now lists Syscoin 3, and Syscoin 3 has an assets feature. And right now, assets aren't traded on any exchange because they're only 2 weeks old. And so we were talking about how Blocknet could enable asset trading for Syscoin and be basically the first exclusive trading platform for assets, but also it's a DEX. And so Syscoin assets trading on a DEX is something we are all about, because we love the decentralized, component of things. And it sounds like your platform is ready to do this right now. Like, how much more would need to be done in order to really integrate something like that?
Here's Jeff.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, so right now, Syscoin works. It would just be a matter of getting the assets to be recognized, and then you'd be able to trade them directly between each other, which should be fairly easy for you guys because you're already compatible with the Blocknet. You should be able to look at it and go, all right, just need to do this and that, then bingo, good to go. Yeah. Maybe you could elaborate on it?
Right, so there's a few, hi, I'm Jag, Syscoin developer. There's just a few RPC calls really that you need to make. It's just an asset creation, asset send, an asset transfer, and that's all you really need to do. And then there's a check on the receiver side to make sure that there's no double spends detected. Yeah. And so it's literally it's an interactive protocol between sender and receiver, but it can settle within 5 to 10 seconds, which is a nice thing. One signature verification is all that's needed, and you could do 20,000 of those per second. So we're talking 10 to 15,000 TPS here, which is unheard of, and it's the first time in the industry that we're going to be able to do something like that. It's a lot faster than the Dash instant sends and stuff like that. And I think as we get more and more assets come online, we're going to start seeing the benefits of this technology applied and the higher TPS. And it'd be awesome to be able to trade these in real time, so we can integrate this directly inside of Blockmarket and have that experience natively, so users can buy, sell, and trade this right within that Blockmarket experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm new to Syscoin. What this sounds very exciting, but could you explain it to me like I'm 5? What do you mean by asset trading in this kind of sense?
Well, so the assets are kind of like ERC20 tokens, and so you can create anything. You want to tokenize any type of business, you can create an asset. It's essentially your own coin. Fungible or non-fungible, it's up to you what type of asset you want. You can apply interest rates on them. And then, again, like in the end, you want to be able to send it to somebody or receive it. And so you find someone else on the system they want to send it to, and you send it to them. And on the receiver side, you simply check. So for point of sale applications and for any type of fast type of zero confirmation transactions, especially DEXs, would be very critical. So a lot of people in the community have been asking, can we do DEXs with the asset layer? And for sure, and partnering up with Blocknet, you can simply do that. It was just hard for us to take that on because it's a lot of work, and you guys have already solved that. Yeah. So why not, partner up and have you guys solve the trading part of it, and we just provide the solution so you guys can use that platform.
So this sounds like big news for both of our chains just from stumbling into each other here at Consensus. I'm super excited about point of sale, like especially with multi-currency, because I live in the Middle East. There's like, you can see the application of how nice it would be able to walk into a shop and just be like, boop, I've got Ripple, you've got Syscoin, the vendor has, I don't know, Lebanese coin, and it just happens, and you don't have to worry about who's got what. Is that the kind of thing that you guys visualize?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we try to enable through this thing we have called the funding manager in Blockmarket. So Blockmarket's our wallet application basically right now, and there's going to be a Chrome-based version, a Chrome extension-based version of that called Pangolin coming out probably later this year, I think. And what we want to enable there is we already integrate with Changelly and FlipMe, which are centralized exchange services. And after talking with you guys and the documentation you have coming out around your API, I think that what we're going to do is integrate Blocknet into Blockmarket Desktop and into Pangolin, so that we can enable cross-currency exchange through a DEX using the application that we put out. And we also think that that'll be beneficial for a bunch of the ICOs that we already have planned to launch using assets on the Syscoin chain. So Coin Payments Coin is I think the biggest and first ICO launching on Syscoin's asset platform. And by having them be tradable on Blocknet as well, I think that'll really not only increase the network effect for Blocknet, so more people will know about the DEX, but it'll also be good for Syscoin, because then more people will be able to have liquidity on coin payments coin that is based on the Syscoin blockchain.
Amazing. So it's nice because I've still felt a lot of kind of parochial or tribal attitudes from some blockchains. You know, maybe they just don't quite feel safe communicating with other people about, hey, let's work together. And they're like, whoa, you know, I can understand. But it's so nice to come and hear people like, oh, you do API stuff now? How do we do? Let's do it. So that's really pleasing. What other kind of applications do you think might be there in an API ecosystem? Just in kind of fantasy land, let's say.
Well, I mean, with the APIs that we have, there's a huge ecosystem that could be built on top of them. And when you combine them with things like what a decentralized DEX brings to the table, I mean, it provides, I think, a lot of opportunity for people who don't know about decentralized development at a protocol layer to leverage decentralized like concepts, but using technology that's familiar to them, like REST APIs and things like that, where they don't need to worry about nodes and private key. I mean, they got to have a high-level understanding of the private-public key relationship and all of that, but they don't have to know about all of the nitty-gritty pieces of the blockchain, but they can still benefit from the blockchain functionality.
That's amazing. Jeff, you got anything to add to this?
The only thing I wanted to ask was, it's pretty cool that only a handful of RPC calls need to be added, you know, just basically get you guys compatible. So it sounds like this could be something that can be done fairly quickly, fairly soon, which is really cool.
Yeah. Now, we also haven't heard much from David over here.
My name's Sebastian.
Wait, who's David? Ah! Sebastian, I apologize. Sebastian, we haven't heard much from you. Give us some input from your side.
Give you some input about the potential integration of the DEX into Pangolin. I think it's a fantastic idea. So I'm the founder of the Syscoin project. Started this whole thing back in 2014, and watching it evolve to the place where it has here has been an amazing process. And I know we've been partnered together for quite a while now on this, and I'm really excited about actually seeing more action happening between our organizations. You know, I think that we could do a lot of amazing stuff together, and now we're going to really have the vehicles to be able to do that. It's harder when you're dealing with something like a downloadable wallet that only really appeals to hardcore users of the product, right? What you really need are means to be able to access all of this in a much more user-friendly way. And that's really where we're going with Pangolin as well as Blockmarket Web. And so I really see a tight integration with Blocknet as something that's super valuable now, because we will be able to push your features up front with Pangolin, and Pangolin will just make Syscoin a lot more accessible to everybody. So if Pangolin can act as what we think it will be, which is a wallet for the people, a wallet that's much more accessible to most people, then also tying in exchange features using Blocknet is huge. That has a lot of potential. And so, you know, I think over the next 6 to 9 months, we're going to see a lot of really interesting innovations in Pangolin and other products that we do, and a lot more focus on working with our partners to integrate their services into our platform. Just like we did with Changely and Blockmarket Desktop, we want to do the same thing with Pangolin and Blocknet.
Yeah, right.
So I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Super exciting. Now, I don't want to take too much more of your time, guys. It's been very, very interesting. I'm so excited to see what can happen.
Yeah, thanks for talking.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I'm going to shake all your hands. I'm going to call you all David from now on.
All right.
You get a handshake. We all get a handshake.
Yeah.
You guys need to thank the Syscoin people as well. This is going to be super awesome. We'll catch you soon.